As mental health professionals, we dedicate our lives to supporting others through their darkest moments. The very empathy and compassion that drives us in our work can also leave us vulnerable to the insidious effects of vicarious trauma. Their stories may become too much for us to bear alone. Although there is no definite statistic highlighting the prevalence of the issue among mental health professionals, our research suggests a significant portion of them experience symptoms of vicarious trauma at some point in their careers. We aim to utilize our research to gain an understanding of the somatic symptoms professionals may experience through their occupational exposure to individuals' traumatic experiences, how professionals may practice self-awareness through the use of self-administered screening tools, and finally, explore the interventions to help professionals manage the somatic effects of vicarious trauma.
Gaining an understanding of this phenomenon has been challenging, considering that vicarious trauma is not a topic that has been researched thoroughly enough. We followed the methodology of a systematic review and gathered several articles that met the criteria. Variables we kept in mind when looking for articles were occupational settings, exposed trauma, somatic symptoms, screening methods, and interventions. Some keywords that were beneficial during the search for articles included vicarious trauma, secondary trauma, somatic symptoms, burnout, and compassion fatigue.
Based on the articles we've gathered so far, the majority of them outline somatic symptoms experienced by mental health professionals, including burnout, compassion fatigue, and secondary traumatic stress. We've been able to identify screening tools such as the Professional Quality of Life Scale, the Secondary Traumatic Stress Scale, and the Compassion Fatigue Subscale to help professionals self-assess their somatic symptoms. Additionally, our research identifies risk factors as personal traumatic experiences and lack of healthy support. Although we have collected over 20 articles this far, we have not encountered research that assesses the severity of each individual somatic symptom or explores whether the nature of the trauma exposure influences severity levels.
It is evident that there is not much data available on the prevalence of vicarious trauma. As mental health professionals, we're exposed to secondary traumatic stress by hearing the individuals recount their traumatic experiences. We urge professionals to continue to contribute to the understanding of the effects of vicarious trauma through further research. Professionals should practice self-awareness and understand that self-reporting effects like compassion fatigue, burnout, and secondary traumatic stress are not something to be ashamed of, but rather something that can help further our understanding and promote the use of interventions to help reduce the effects. As Master of Social Work students, we're often warned about the potential effects the mental health field may have on our mental health and are urged to be aware of the consequences. Therefore, understanding the effects of vicarious trauma is essential for future mental health professionals, including us as social workers, in order to maintain our own well-being, uphold professional standards, provide high-quality care to clients, prevent harm, and continue to grow in our own profession.